Pasadena, California, NASA scientists just received their last ever message from the Cassini spacecraft, which plunged into Saturn early Friday morning. Those final bits of data signal the end of one of the most successful planetary science missions in history. The pioneering probe was the first to orbit Saturn, launched in 1997 and inserted into orbit in 2004. It revolutionized our understanding of the ring planet. Cassini revealed the structure of Saturn's rings and, by delivering the Huygens probe to the moon Titan, executed the first landing of a spacecraft in the outer solar system. It also exposed two moons: Titan, a land of methane lakes, and Enceladus, which has jets of water streaming from its southern pole, as prime targets in the search for life beyond Earth. After 13 years in orbit, Cassini leaves researchers with still more mysteries to ponder. They don't know the length of the Saturn day or understand the quirks of its magnetic field. And it will fall to a future mission to discover whether one of Saturn's potentially habitable moons could truly be home to alien life. We've left the world informed, but still wondering, program manager Earl Mays told reporters days before Cassini's demise. As a scientist, I couldn't ask for more. It's precisely because of its successes that Cassini had to die. Once the spacecraft ran out of fuel, NASA would not risk letting it remain aloft, where it might be knocked into Titan or Enceladus. In April, Cassini began a series of 22 close-in orbits that took it between and behind Saturn's rings. Earlier this week, NASA flew Cassini past Titan one last time, taking advantage of the moon's gravitational pull to slingshot the spacecraft toward Saturn. That goodbye kiss set Cassini on its final, fatal course. Just after 3:30 a.m. California time on Friday, Cassini entered Saturn's atmosphere, plummeting at a pace of about 77,000 miles per hour. For a few minutes, the spacecraft's thrusters fought to keep its high-gain antenna pointed toward Earth, so it could continue to send back real-time data from this uncharted territory. During those last moments, the spacecraft's instruments sampled the molecules in the planet's atmosphere, information that scientists will use to understand the planet's formation and composition. Seen against the vastness of space, NASA's spacecraft Cassini might look small. Here's a look at its actual dimensions. You might be surprised at how massive it actually is. William Neff, Monica Akhtar / The Washington Post. Minutes later Cassini was vaporized, just a small flash of light streaking across an alien sky. But because Saturn is so distant, Cassini's final signals didn't reach Earth until 83 minutes after the spacecraft was gone. That last signal was displayed as a green spike of data on a screen above mission control. The spike shrank, then flickered. "We call loss of signal," reported spacecraft operations manager Julie Webster. There was utter silence at mission control. And then Mays spoke, "I'm going to call this the end of mission." The room burst into applause. In a JPL auditorium minutes after the end, science planner Joe Pietzke gazed up at the video from mission control with a slightly stricken look on her face. "She's us," Pietzke said of Cassini. "We can't go there ourselves, so we build a spacecraft and load it up with instruments, and then we put on our hopes and desires and we send them there. And we need to go back." Thanks to its scientific successes, stunning images, and the sad circumstances of its demise, Cassini is viewed with deep affection by NASA researchers and space enthusiasts alike. Many members of the Cassini team refer to the spacecraft as a she, and they ascribe her human traits: curiosity, intelligence, determination, valor. It's like the loss of a friend, said lead scientist Linda Spilker, who has worked on the mission since its inception in the late 1980s. The start of the grand finale in April set off a months-long period of protracted public mourning for the spacecraft. The nonprofit Planetary Society filmed a short operatic tribute to the mission. Fans on Twitter posted silly cartoons and tearful eulogies. Mays told the story of a 6-year-old boy from Florida who sent a letter to JPL inviting staff to his end-of-mission party. "It's very heartwarming," he said. "It's not science in the ivory tower. It's for humanity." The Cassini Virtual Singers, a group of JPL employees who perform Cassini-themed parodies of popular music, rewrote the lyrics to Seasons of Love, a ballad from the musical Rent. "The truths that we learned, and the things that we tried," they crooned at a meeting of the Project Science group this week. "The fuel that we burned. and way that she died. Trina Ray, a senior science systems engineer Cassini and founding member of the singing group, handed out handkerchiefs to her colleagues so they could mop up their inevitable tears. But the mood all business at Mission Control.